Are you planning a holiday trip to Africa? Then you should not miss out on one of its best local delicacies. It's called Fufu in West Africa, Ugali in East Africa, Nshima in Zambia, and many other names depending on the African country and the different preparation methods. Today we take a closer look at this staple food many Africans are in love with and foreigners keep hearing about. Welcome to 360 Places, a travel brand that makes travel accessible to everyone. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so as to get notified whenever a new video comes out. This food is mostly known as fufu by people inside and outside Africa. So that's the name we'll be using for the purposes of this video. The word fufu comes from the Twi language spoken in Ghana, which means mash or mix. So if you've been wondering, why different names for the same food? This simply boils down to two major factors: the language and cultural differences all over Africa, and the different recipes in different African countries. Take for example in East Africa, it's known as ugali. Its main preparation ingredient is maize flour, although there are versions that use cassava or yam flour. This is how it's prepared. A sufficient amount of water is put in a pot and heated till it reaches boiling point. The amount of water depends on the size of ugali you want to prepare. Then the maize flour is slowly added and carefully mixed by the cook until it hardens enough to be eaten. How hard it gets really depends on the cook and the people who will be eating it. So how is fufu prepared in some countries in West Africa? One of the traditional recipes involves the use of yams. The yams are boiled and then pounded in a big wooden mortar and pestle, the kind you have to stand up and put your full body strength into until they're smooth and sticky like dough. If you don't have the mortar and pestle, a potato masher can be used, though a mortar and pestle is the ideal option even if it's a smaller one. There are several other recipes of fufu in different African countries. So the final thing to look at is how fufu is consumed. Fufu is served in a big round dough-like shape, and normally with a side dish such as meat or vegetable stew. There are also many other different options. It just really depends on a person's personal preference. But the main thing to note is that fufu is normally accompanied by a side dish with a lot of stew and isn't meant to be eaten by itself. In addition, in most African countries, fufu is meant to be eaten using fingers. This is done by pulling off a pinch of dough, rolling it into a ball in your hand, and then making an indentation in the bowl with your thumb. You can then scoop up some stew or sauce and enjoy the bite. Hence, you have to wash your hands well before you start eating. The spoon is also an option if you feel uncomfortable using your hands. Fufu is a meal that we here at 360 Places believe is a must-try for any tourist traveling to Africa. If you're outside Africa but have African friends, you could always ask them to make you some fufu so that you can try it for yourself. We promise you won't regret it. Have you eaten fufu before? What are your personal opinions on fufu? Will you try fufu during your next vacation in Africa? Please let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe and let us know in the comments which other topics you'd like to see us cover.